But now that I'm older, I'm like, ooh, that job looks a little too stressful for me. I'm gonna need a really good team for that job. Lexi here, and well, here I am in San Francisco, already by myself with Hunter back at the stadium. What a time, what a time. Well, anyway, I thought it would be a great time to check in with you guys, and I asked you guys on the socials to really ask me anything. I'm here to answer your questions. I know a lot has happened in a short amount of time, and a lot is happening in the world. And now, not that I have all the questions, but I can definitely answer all your guys' questions for Hunter and I, or at least for myself, not really Hunter. But back in the office, all set up finally. I need to get some pineapples behind me. There's some pineapple there, but there are no pineapples behind me. So let me get some of these questions. Will your House of Zen and Hunter's House of Chaos create a new House of Foxy for the new family edition? I definitely think Foxy is a great mix of both Queen Hunter's Chaos and my kind of House of Zen. I feel like she's a really good mix. She can be chaotic, but also very zen. Most of the time she's very calm and collected, and we just kind of watch Hunter. But she's definitely a good mixture of the two of us. How did you finally convince Hunter to get a puppy? Honestly, I don't even know when I convinced him. I don't even think I did convince him. I just showed him a picture of Foxy and he was like, that's our puppy. And that's kind of how she came about. Her name was Phoebe, but we changed it to Foxy. That's kind of just what happened. It was just like all the stars aligned that day for me. And I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, let's get her. And I was like, in, done, let's make it happen. How did Foxy get his name? Well, Foxy's a girl and Hunter named her. Hunter was like, I really think she's a Foxy. We were in England and we talked about getting a dog, and he was like, if we were to get a dog, I want to name her Foxy. So that's kind of where we were. In driving up to SF, did you guys play any road games, and how did you pass the time? Hunter and I didn't play any road games. What did we do? We didn't really do much. We listened to classical music. We love listening to classical music, and we love listening to soundtracks of movies. And it's also just a time for Hunter and I to really like talk on a deeper level than we normally do, I guess. I don't know, we get into like really crazy theories, but this was just like a good uninterrupted time, quiet time where we get to like really talk about that stuff and go into depth and different theories about life and all that stuff. So that's kind of what we do, and honestly the time went by like that. Do the wives of the players at least get to watch their husbands play baseball? We do not. We are not even allowed into the stadium. I actually just got an email about that. They're being really strict, and I think that's a good thing. Always better to be safe than sorry, so I'm glad they're being that strict. But no, we do not get to watch them. What is the first thing you guys had to eat when you got back to town? Taco-licious. I love Taco-licious. I miss them. They took my favorite taco off the menu, which I'm kind of sad about, so I'm exploring with other tacos. There's a couple of places that we had to have when we got back. What is your new daily routine like with the new pup? Our new daily routine is definitely very different. Before, I used to like just wake up and kind of like lounge in bed and, you know, read the news in bed and just kind of like take it easy getting up. But like now I have to get up and I have to take her downstairs to ride the elevator. But like now it's like go, go, go. And like timing out her potty schedule, like that's been really hard as well, because it's not like I can just like open the door and her go out like in Arizona. It's pretty good, but like she's so easy, she's so good. I think I'm really hard on her just because I want her to be like a really well-mannered, behaved dog. So I'm trying to like be very strict with her with the rules. And if anyone has any advice on that stuff, let me know in the comments below. I mean, our daily routine is pretty easy. And then we go for a walk. We try to do like an hour to 2 hour long walk, or she goes with the dog walker. What else? She comes back, she's usually very tired, so she'll nap, and then we'll eat, and then we go to bed early. I mean, it's spring training 2.0, so I'm sure that'll change once the season starts. What was y'all's favorite memory while Hunter was with the Rangers? All-Star game, duh. That was a really great memory, and that was super fun. What's your guys' favorite coffee shop in the Bay? We have a couple that we like. Wrecking Ball, Mazarine, and we really want to try Red Bay Coffee out in Oakland, so we're excited for that. Chromatic is also very good. So many fun questions, you guys. Funniest fan encounter. That's a good one. That's a good question. So one time Hunter and I, this was in 2016, 16, I want to say. We were planning our wedding, but we wanted to make sure like we're still like going out on dates, spending time with each other. So went on a date. We went to go see The Lion King here in SF, and we were having like a romantic date night. We were flirting. It was so fun. We're outside the theater waiting for our Uber, and Hunter and I were just like in a moment, being like, I love you so much. You're so sweet. You're so cute. I'm so lucky to be with you. And we're just about to kiss, and it was like a super romantic kiss, you know, when like the guy goes and he touches like your face. It like pulled me in, and all of a sudden a fan came up to us and was like, can I get a photo? I was like, no! We love saying hi to you guys. We totally get it comes with the territory, but it was just like, I was like left there on like the romantic whim, like, oh. But that was probably one of the funniest moments that we still talk about to this day. Players' wives that were the most supportive when you and Hunter started dating. There was a couple. Brittany Panic was extremely supportive. I definitely coupled off with her the most, probably. We just had so much in common. We were both kind of new to the environment, and we just like, she's so funny, so like we just kind of hit it off. But Allie Bumgarner, Madison Bumgarner's wife, Nicole Vogelsong was also very supportive, and Kim Hudson, Tim Hudson's wife. These women are just so amazing and so supportive. They taught me so much about the baseball life. Oh, and Jessica Morse too, Michael Morse's wife, also very supportive. So they were just really, really amazing people, and I'm glad I learned from them. How's spring training 2.0? So far, so good. Worried every day when Hunter leaves the house, but comes with the territory, and I'm just hoping all will be safe, and next week the games start, and I hope he stays safe, and I hope all the other clubs are being just as diligent as the Giants. Did you know when your heart is full, fill so many other hearts with joy? That is so sweet. My heart is definitely full right now, thank you. Have you ever caught a foul ball? Funny story. One time I was in the stands and I was talking to someone like this, and Brandon Belt hit a foul ball, and literally the ball went right here. Like I heard the whiz go by. Luckily it missed me, but it did knock my little dangly earring out. Holy cow, it missed me. I could have died, but it missed me by like a hair. So that was really scary. That was the only time I ever caught a foul ball. Okay. When did you know Hunter was the one? I knew Hunter was the one. That's a good question. I don't think I had like a distinct moment. I just knew that like, I know it sounds cheesy, but like when you know, and like I just kind of knew. I felt like it was very easy. We had a lot of like the same, I don't know, ideas and outlook on a lot of the same stuff. He was instantly became my best friend, and the way I saw him just interact with people and how he takes care of his family, I was just like, this guy has the best heart. And it wasn't just any one moment. I think it was just a cumulative of things, and you just kind of know. You just know. So I guess I do know. It's just, you just know. There's just like a special something. The idea of like spending the rest of the life with this person doesn't scare you. It actually excites you until this day. I like want to remarry Hunter every single day. He says he has one distinct moment of when he knew, but for me it was just like, you just know. And I would have done anything to make it work, and just love that guy. That's it. More anxious watching Hunter at bat or on defense? I am more anxious watching Hunter at bat, for sure. I wasn't always like that, but I think just recently, like the more and more I learn about baseball, I get more and more anxious. Watching him do all his workouts and how bad he wants it. And he just like swings for the fences every single at bat. When he goes to like swing at the ball, I think I swing a little bit. I'm like, come on, you know? So I definitely get more anxious watching Hunter at bat. Plus he catches every ball on defense, so it's like, I'm just kidding, but definitely at bat. Any new hobbies you started while in quarantine? I started hand knitting, I started painting again, and that's really it. Those are the hobbies I did. How does it feel not to be in 3-digit weather? Amazing. It's to be by the water. The weather's so great. I'm like looking at the weather right now, and it just is so beautiful that like, it's a lot less stressful, I'll say that much. Doing anything in the 3-digit heat is like so stinking stressful. When Hunter is done playing ball, where do you guys plan/think you'll live? We don't know yet. We always talk about different places, but we really don't know yet. So we're gonna stay in the moment as much as possible and figure that out later. But my parents always ask me, where are you guys gonna live? We don't know yet. We just don't know yet. What kind of dog is Foxy? So Foxy is like a mutt of a dog. She has Cavalier, Maltese, I think, and Poodle in her. So she's considered a Cavapoo. yeah, that's the kind of dog she is. She's a little cutie though. I love her so much. What's your favorite part about having Foxy join the family? Favorite part about Foxy joining the family is she just brings a certain kind of like energy and joy and goofiness that I guess Hunter and I already have, but I don't know, she's just fun to like hang out with, and she cracks Hunter and I up all the time. Have you tried Thai Farmhouse Kitchen in SF? It's amazing. I have not, but I will try it. Thank you, I'll put it on my list. Who has better pizza, SF, Houston, or Scottsdale, whatever town you were in last? It depends, like, actually I don't even think I've had pizza in Houston, now that I think about it. But SF has amazing pizza, and so does Scottsdale. They have Pizzeria Bianco, which is like one of the best in the country, so it's a good question. I don't know, they're both pretty good. I'm not gonna answer that one. Does it get lonely during the season with Hunter traveling? It 100% gets lonely in the season. I think that's where Foxy kind of came into play to kind of keep me company, especially with this pandemic. It just made the most sense that this would be a good time for us to get one. So yeah, it does get really lonely, especially on those long road trips. And if you're just home alone by yourself a lot of the times, it definitely can get lonely. I'm not the only wife to ever feel that way, but it just, especially if you move to a city that you don't know a lot of people, it can get very lonely. Like when I was in Dallas, like the wives are always there supporting you, but it's like you can't hang out with wives every single day. Like you wanna make sure you're giving people their space, you know, you're not annoying them or anything like that. So it can get lonely. You're doing a lot of stuff alone because they're at the fields or traveling or whatever it is, so it can get lonely. Especially during a pandemic, I can imagine it's gonna get even more lonely because there's really not much for you to do, so you have to stay home, which is why I'm like super grateful to have the Foxinator with me this year. Would you be open to sharing part of the process lessons of creating your own product like your coffee? I would definitely be open to sharing anything I know about creating my own coffee line and the process and all that stuff. I'm still learning myself, but I'm happy to share about anything I've learned along the way. If you have specific questions, hit me up in the DMs. I'm happy to share. Are you reading a book now? We need a good read. Oh, books that I recommend are Oprah's What I Know for Sure, and Hunter has a ton of books, but that's the one I read. And The Alchemist are like two of my favorite books. You live so high up. How often do you take Foxy to use the potty or use pee-pee pads? Foxy does not use pee-pee pads. I've tried to get her to use them. She will not go on them, which is unfortunate for me because going up and down the elevator, and then like I said before, someone's in the elevator, you can't ride the elevator with them because they're doing social distancing, and like making sure you're masked up, poo-poo bags, treats, leash, everything like that. You just like, it's a lot, but we do it, we make it work. I would love for her to go on a pee-pee pad, but she's a good dog, so I can't complain. What's it like being married to a professional athlete? Okay, so being married to a professional athlete definitely keeps me on my toes. Like nothing is ever the same. It's like the same, but not the same. It's very routine once you're in the baseball season, but like all the moving, you have to be on your toes. Like you get traded to sign like to a new team, so you can move cities. There's just like a lot that can happen, and just seeing him work so hard, and a lot of his time and sacrifice is like dedicated to baseball, and you just don't get a normal life. I don't know, there's just like a lot of like moving parts, but it's really fun and exciting, and seeing him achieve his dreams is amazing, and I'm so happy. I definitely feel like I can still be me, but there is also a point where like, you know, you don't want to say the wrong thing, or you don't want to do the wrong thing, or you know, you don't want to be misinterpreted, especially when you do stuff like this, so bear with me guys. I still feel like I can be me. I try to be my most authentic and truest self, and just come from a place of love. Like all my intentions are always, I try to always be good, and there is a little bit of a pressure, but you know, when is there not? It's really cool to be married to Hunter. That's what it's like being married to a professional athlete. You guys got some tough questions this time around. How do you manage all your stuff with moving? Do you have a house that you own somewhere? That's another really good, gosh, you guys are coming at me with all these hard questions. So managing stuff, I have a fantastic team that helps me. I don't want you guys to think for 1 second that like I'm over here doing this by myself all the time. Like I am by myself here physically, and I do most of my work by myself, but I also have a great team that helps me out along the way. So I don't want you guys to think that like, oh my gosh, she does it all by herself. No, that's not the case. I have an amazing team. You know, I have Pina Pal Mal who helps me with like day-to-day stuff, making sure our life is running on track. you know, making sure like our sponsored posts go out, or making sure there's water in the fridge, or all sorts of different stuff. She helps me with Pineapple Lab, she helps me with Let's Get Lexi, she helps Hunter with all sorts of stuff, making sure, you know, I don't know, his bats are there if he needs a new bat, like whatever it is, she's always there helping us. She's definitely like having an extra me. I have Adonai who helps me with my videos here, and also I like rely on my friends a lot, like Ray and Jess. He helps me with Pineapple Labs a ton. This girl named Laura in Texas that helps with fulfillment for Pineapple Labs. My friend Ashley helps me with photos. It really is a team effort. I probably ask my friends for a lot more than, than most people, but they're so understanding, they're so awesome. I love working with them, which makes it even better, but I really couldn't do all the things that I do without them, and that's kind of how the stuff gets done and how the stuff gets going and out there. And even with a great team, like there's more that we could be doing, but a lot of goals and dreams I want to fulfill. It takes a village. I have a team. I don't want you guys to think that, because I see a lot of influencers out there, and even I'm like, how do they do it by themselves, blah, blah, blah. You know, like I can't believe they do all this work. How do they do it? And it makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. But do you have a house that you own somewhere? Yeah, like we own our house in Houston, and like that's like home, but again, it's an apartment. Like we don't have like a forever home yet, maybe when Hunter retires, but for now, that's it. How did you come up with Piña Mail? So my logo is a pineapple in Spanish, which I'm Puerto Rican. Pineapple is piña, and I call my community piñas, and then I send out a twice a week newsletter, so it just made sense to call it the Piña Mail versus Pineapple Mail. Which Pineapple Mail is kind of cute too. What did you want to be when you grew up? When I grew up, I wanted to be actually the first woman president, but now that I'm older, I'm like, ooh, that job looks a little too stressful for me. I'm gonna need a really good team for that job. Even when I was little, I was definitely making videos with my parents' like camcorder, and they were very vloggy style videos, so I think this just makes sense and works for me, so I love it. I love sharing my life with you guys. I love sharing the baseball life with you guys, and of course like building this community with everyone, and hopefully putting more love and good energy back into the world. What's your favorite part about living in the Bay Area? My favorite part about living in the Bay Area is probably like the culture here is just so awesome. People are so nice here. I love being by the water. The city is so beautiful. Like the city is really, really majestic, and I just love getting lost in it. I love visiting like the really like nature, the spots in nature, all the hiking, all the great restaurants, the coffee shops, shopping, culture, the museums, like all these different places that there is to go to in the city. There's so much to do, so much to explore. You know, I love how walkable it is, and it's just such a beautiful and majestic city. I just love being here. I just like love the energy you get from being here. Well, there you have it. You guys asked me a lot of tough questions. I think these are like some of the hardest questions I've gotten yet. And I really appreciate you guys definitely replying and asking me all these questions. It's really cool to connect with you guys and just answer what you guys have been wondering. So yeah, next time we'll have to do it with Hunter, because I'm sure you guys have a million questions for him and how the season's going. But the season starts next week, which is really exciting and also terrifying. But I appreciate you guys chiming in, and I miss you guys, and I'm giving you all a big virtual hug, since that's all we can do right now. But until next time, you guys, I'll see you in the chat. Bye. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, let me know in the comments below if you guys have any tips, training tips for Foxy for me. I would really love to know. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and hit that sub button, and I'll see you in the chat. Bye.